Hello and welcome back to Assorted Beefs, where I talk about anything I want to that doesn't fit into niche tea for any particular reason. This seems to be finally concluded now, so I want to talk about the locked permanent jewelry situation. I haven't seen a company this aggressive since the parchment paper guy, which is one of the first videos I did for this series. It's like at the very beginning of the playlist if you want to check that out. Background, there is a company called Locked that makes permanent jewelry for you and your significant other and mails it to you. Permanent jewelry is definitely not a new thing, especially for couples, but I do think it is becoming more mainstream. So of course, these types of products made it into TikTok Shop because again, it's like small businesses. It makes sense. So Locked is one of those companies and they do advertising through TikTok to get more direct sales. It's a good tactic for small businesses. And they also do the TikTok Shop free product for a review thing. Enter Renee. Renee is a product reviewer. That is what her page is entirely about. She either buys or gets samples of products through TikTok Shop and then posts videos. About 2 weeks back now, Renee posted a video reviewing Locked. She says in that video that she requested a free sample of their bracelets that are for couples because it was her anniversary coming up with her husband. So she thought she could get it and then do a video around how she did this for her anniversary. And that would be like the content of it. And then post the review through that context. She goes on to say in this initial video that unfortunately this review isn't going to be good because while that was initially the plan and everything went great up until she got the product, when she did get the product and she and her husband were putting them on, she found that I believe her clasp was faulty. Basically where the bracelet should clasp, there should be a clasp on one side and a little ring for it to clasp to on the other side. The little ring was a solid disc. It didn't have a hole in it, so she couldn't clasp it. There's no way for her to fix that on her end. So she says in this initial video, she then reached out to their customer service and was like, hey, the clasp was defective. Can you send me a new one? According to her, she emailed them about this separately. So she didn't do it through TikTok Shop or anything. As far as they were concerned, they were talking to a person who bought this product. But then Renee goes on to say in this video that instead of them offering to fix their mistake because this was their product that was faulty, they sent her a link to go buy an additional clasp on the website. They gave her a discount code for it, but still it was $10 and this is $10 to fix their mistake because it was their product that was faulty. This wasn't a mistake she made. At some point in the conversation, they became aware of the fact that this was a promotional thing that she was doing and that she had not bought the bracelet. And so then in the emails, the customer service rep says, okay, well, we're just going to cancel it then. We're not going to send you the clasp. You don't have to make the video. And Renee's like, that's not how this works. Like, I'm acting as a customer. Like, this is how you would treat a customer. I'm going to make a review of this. So then in the end, she's basically like, I can't recommend this company purely on the customer service alone because this was like not a good interaction and not a good resolution. This is where everything then spirals because instead of recognizing, hey, we didn't handle this the best, let's try and make a resolution, Locked is like, no, let's post through it. They respond directly in her comments and say, no, she's lying. That's not what happened. She came to us directly saying she didn't want to do the collab anymore because of the faulty bracelet and because she had missed her anniversary and that was what the content was going to be on, and so we agreed and that's it. And they replied to that comment from them with a video then saying, that's so funny that you would say that because here is the entire email exchange. And you can clearly see that when I first message, I'm asking about getting a new clasp and there's no indication that I am an influencer or that I got this for free. It's only after I pushed back about the idea that I would, as a theoretical customer, have to pay money to get a fixed product from you when you are the one that sent me a faulty product. At that point, I gave them my order number. They realized it was a collab and they decided to cancel it. I never asked for that. Locked then commented on that video and I quote, we probably would have given it to you if you weren't such a Karen. And at this point, I think everybody, including Renee, understands this company is just bad. So she replies to them again and is like, what do you mean? What are you doing? This is insane. And I think you are showing everyone that what I said about your customer service is true and you're making yourself look bad. And it probably could have ended there, except when you act bad like this, odds are you've acted bad like that before. And the more bad you act on a higher profile, the more that old stuff starts coming back. Other people started coming forward saying they've been shitty to us too. There were two big ones. One was another permanent jewelry company who claims that very shortly after they launched on Amazon and TikTok Shop, one of their first purchases was from Locked, and they claim that Locked seemingly, they allege, intentionally messed with the clasp of the product that Locked bought from this company so that Locked could leave negative reviews in both their Amazon store and their TikTok shop. And it does look like from the pictures from their review where they say the clasp was faulty that they just ripped open the clasp with pliers themselves. And then the other one was another influencer that Locked had worked with, and in this case they had agreed that they would pay her a flat amount of money for a flat number of videos regardless of what comes out of it, and they had only paid her half of that money. Now throughout all of this, Renee's videos continue to explode, this stuff with this other influencer, with this other company, all of these things, the Locked account is in no way backing down on anything that they've said or done. They don't seem to have deleted any of their comments, even now as I'm filming. There's absolutely no moment of realization happening here. This is who they are. And then finally, even the CEO of the company goes on his personal TikTok page to make a video addressing these three major issues that we've been talking about in this video. He doubles down on this story that Renee was supposedly just trying to get more free shit from them, and that she was only mad because they canceled the collab instead of sending it to her. Again, not acknowledging the fact that they did not know that that's what was happening when she first reached out about the faulty clasp. He's also like, oh, we wouldn't have called her a Karen just for asking for a replacement. We only called her that because she posted the video. But your comment says, we would have given it to you if you hadn't been such a Karen. They'd already not given it to her before she posted the video. So obviously you think she's a Karen from your email interaction, and it had nothing to do with the video. And all she did in the email interaction was say, hey, this was faulty, give me a new one. The audience is not dumb. Shape the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they're not slow. He then goes on to confirm that his company did buy and leave a negative review for the product from the other company. He again doesn't in any way address the allegation that that review was fake and that they intentionally broke that clasp or bent it out of shape in order to leave that negative review. Instead, he says that the reason they bought it and left a negative review was because they were a copycat brand off of his brand, which, oh my God, that sucks. I don't care. You either own some concept of what this product or branding or whatever is that they are infringing upon and you can take them to court for it, or you leave them alone. Like, I get that that sucks, but you address that by showing why yours is better, not by lying on your competition. So after all of this, and this is entirely my own opinion, there is no direct proof of this, I believe personally that they did buy that product, mess it up themselves, and leave a negative review, a false negative review, just to hurt that other company because they thought they were doing something in defense of the little guy being them. The one thing the CEO cops to is an error, he claims, with the influencer getting paid. He says that that had to do with like a communication issue and that they were going to pay her, which I think they did. So at the very least, massive props to Renee for kicking off something that led to this person getting paid the money that they were owed by this company. As I said earlier, all of this stuff still live. Locked has not deleted or retracted anything that I can see. I fully believe this dude represents 90% of the we when he refers to the company, and I would highly recommend avoiding him and his shitty customer service. There, as we've seen, are plenty of other companies around who offer similar products and won't treat you like shit.